Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3. Last episode, we fully abandoned the continent. France is pretty much gone. Very interesting gameplay so far, I think. I've never seen Italy be able to break. I've seen them do like a small breakthrough and make it basically to like here. I've seen that where they just slowly push back the meager French forces here, but I've always seen the French garrison this border, always. But they didn't this time, and everybody just waltzed across, and Italy, with a lot of German help, you can see them in there, blew through, knocked my expeditionary force out of the way, and overran France there. We are doing well in one front, though. We did ravage the Italian Navy. We took out 2 battleships last episode, a couple torpedo boats, and I think 3 submarines by blasting their ports. And that seemed to be a much more effective way so far of attacking navies, at least early on in the game, is to blast them out of their ports. I'm going to try to focus in on that. And we are doing a good job driving the Italians back from North Africa here. So let's continue our gameplay. I want to make sure that we're not where we are researching. Good. A lot of research going right now. All right, so what I'm going to be focusing in on now is trying, and we're going to probably need to cancel that, trying to make sure that we knock out as many ships as possible. And what I'm thinking about doing, those are medium bombers. So interceptors, carrier air groups, naval bombers. Where are my strategic heavy bombers? There we go. Let's do this. 2. They're right here, right? Yeah. And that is a level 4. I'm gonna put them on reserve. I'm new to using reserve, so the way I understand it is that when combat casualties come in, planes will go from the reserve aircraft to the active aircraft squadrons, and then these ones will repair instead of repairing everybody else. That's my understanding. I don't know if that's actually how that works, but we're at a port strike over here. Let's see what we can do. Broken bank. No big deal there. And how is the Hood of the Renown? What we should probably do is something like this. And how about the war spite? There we go. And then some screens. Nah, I'd rather have a couple more screens on there. There we go. Another navy to challenge the German surface fleet. Alright, so let's go down here. Well, actually, let's go up here. There is my port strike out and about. They went out. They're not about. They are out, but they're not about. Let's see if we can do this. Day strikes. It seems to be right over these air bases right here are the ones they're putting most of their fleet into. If we could wreck them here, we'll be good to go. The air actually, now that I look at it, the air base there is almost gone, or the port there. So let's move our battleships out there, so if we could force them out, I think we just did. Might be able to find them still. Nope, they're still in there. Basically, well, we sank something there. I don't know. I think it was coastal submarines are starting to go. We're hitting something. No, I still see 3 there. I would love to actually take out some ships there, though. Reduce the German Navy, that would be very beneficial for me. Like that. So, we have the Resolution, the Ramillies, the Queen Elizabeth, and Screens fighting the Admiral Scheer, the Deutschland, the Graf Spee, and Screens. This should be no match. This should be no match whatsoever. We should wreck them. Where are they going? They're taking some minor damage. Those screens may have been in another navy and gotten away. Looks like we might sink the Admiral Shear. Yeah, we did. We got it. We sank the Admiral Shear. Nice. That was a successful naval battle. Alright, these guys need to cool it. The Bismarck and the Scharnhorst are in there. Still going on. I don't see anything happening, but technically... Oh, I think technically it was still going on because they were still in contact somewhere. Naval battles here. Air battle. Oh, they're trying to hit the strategic bombers over the coast. The subs, I don't think they can do anything against the subs. They're just kind of sitting here. Might be able to. The planes in there to help. Oh, they have very low organization, so they might not be able to even come out. Well, it looks like the Italians are really interested. They do have a lot of forces down here. They seem very interested in taking me out over here. Alright. These are the desert rats? Yes, they are. Nice. I love that it's actually... I actually have the desert rats here doing the majority of the work in Africa. I love that. Alright, looks like the naval battle did end. These guys are a little beat, so what we're going to do is rebase them over here. We're going to replace them. Oh, let's do this. Whoa! Skype. Hello. For a second, me getting message on Skype there, well, these guys are wrecked right now. Nah, I don't want to... Well, we sank the Admiral Shear. I think. No, I didn't... now that I think about it, I don't remember seeing the message pop up. Did we sink the Admiral Shear? I know they don't have any screens attached, but you know what? Hang on a second. Cancel that. Do we have more? We do have more screens. Why would I avoid screens? We have more screens. Yeah, that positioning penalty is too much. Alright, so let's do this. And then we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, that's still too much. No. I thought that said 42%. It says 4.2%. All right. So basically, gonna try to blockade them in here. Tank destroyer advance. It's nice. And what do we finish? Bringing him in. More ships. More screens. More light cruisers. Oh, tank destroyer we're ahead on. So we're gonna take that off. If we go to production and go to brigade attachment, we can check to see what that is, just for shits and giggles. Tank destroyer. What the motherfuck is that? The Deacon. Okay. I love history. I'm a bit of a history nerd, but I've never heard of that. It's clearly like a 6-pound gun and a little turret mounted on the back of a... I don't know, some sort of vehicle. Beats the goddamn hell out of me, though. Alright, so we're going to try to get, well, if we can, we're going to try to cut these guys off. And destroy them. I mean, they're just garrisons. Now, it's always best to destroy people rather than just have them retreat, though. Let's look at naval map mode. Let's see, where is my... Is this my... No, that's not who I was looking for, but... Where are they? Oh, here he is. Let's move him down here. Patrol. These guys have been performed admirably so far. Air combat over Paris. Wow, we made it all the way to Paris with those guys? Didn't expect that. How are these guys doing? How are the reserves doing? Ah, it does work that way. It looks like the reserves are doing it for these two, but not for the... You know, they won't spread out evenly throughout the squadrons, I don't think. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Tirpitz is out. is way out there. Wow, the Tirpitz is way out there. That's why there's a heavy cruiser attached, just in fucking case. These guys, I don't have, well, these guys should get wrecked by the Tirpitz, frankly. Yeah, the Tirpitz is firing on the heavy cruiser here, and it's doing a pretty poor job. Well, it's doing a good job hitting the cruiser. Alright, we lost, but we didn't lose any ships, so you guys can get the hell out of there. Oh, I forgot about those guys. Go me. Know who can help out here? Boom. Patrol. Thank you. Find the Tirpitz. You know what? You know what you're going to be better at? Patrolling right here. Just patrol right there. We'll send you out to find the Tirpitz later. Alright, you guys are done. Yeah, the repairs are going slowly. That's why. God damn it. Manual control, you failed me. Because it's manual. I don't know why I blame manual control for that. It was just me. We seem to have gotten a bit of a hang on it. I think the Italians were doing a lot of the work. Alrighty, so our military made it back. We're safe-ish. Half-track transport. I love that we have half-tracks already. Wow. Didn't expect that. The Tirpitz must be trying to get back. Screens they lost both their screens. I can't tell where fleet found. I can't tell which direction they're going. Not that way. Either way, we have ships in like every direction. He should be trying to go over this way. There's the Tirpitz right there. Channel approach. That's this one right here. So we found the Tirpitz. We engaged the Tirpitz. The French engaged the Tirpitz. Yeah, move over here. Thank you. Move over here. Trap him in the English Channel here as he's trying to make his run back. Oh, if we could take out the Tirpitz, that'd be freaking awesome. Alright, it's probably these. Where are my fighters? These guys right here. Cancel that. They're going too far. They're going over the continent here, and they're getting wrecked. He's got to be around here still somewhere. Couldn't have gotten out. It's an Italian battleship over here. Huh. Why don't we move you over to assist? I'm really more interested in fighting the Tirpitz. I mean, frankly, this fleet should be able to take out that fleet. A heavy cruiser and 4 light cruisers should be able to tackle a battleship with... Without too... I mean... Theoretically. Theoretically should be able to. It depends. I mean, a battleship can outrange a cruiser and a heavy cruiser every day of the week. But sheer numbers should mean something. The Tirpitz got away somehow. I do not know how they did it, but the Tirpitz got away. Yeah, I feel like the airplanes are cost a lot of IC to keep up and repair and whatnot. Now, if this goes on prioritize upgrades, we have nothing on... Well, we got to do this for a while. We have to do it for a while. Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1. The operational history of the Spitfire with the RAF started with the first Mark 1's K9789, which entered service on the with 19th Squadron and RAF Duxford, August 4th, 1938. The Spitfire achieved legendary status during the Battle of Britain, a reputation aided by the famous Spitfire Fund Organization and run by Lord Beaverbrook, that's a cool name, and the Minister of Aircraft Production. Although the key to the fire command was to stop Luftwaffe's bombers, in practice, the attack was to use Spitfires to counter German escort fighters, particularly the Bf-109s, while the Hurricane squadrons attacked the bombers. A beautiful machine. Single-engine airframe research gains 180, and aero engine gains 180. New battle commander has entered the battlefield. Forward to victory. So we have a new commander to work with. We've been playing for a little while now, so let's give the game a quick save. I always get nervous when I have to save the game. Well, you know what? Let's do this for a sec. Scoot on over here. Japan has made not very much more headway over here. Very, very little headway. I don't think they've taken any more provinces than they had before. And I am bummed that the freaking Tirpitz got away. We had him right there. We had him damaged too. Well, these guys, you know what we can do here? We could force them out again. Let's try that. Ooh, what is this? Oh, the Gneisenau is out too. Where were these guys? Where were they, and where are they coming from? So we have destroyers right there. Heavy cruisers right here. Heavy cruisers right here. Heavy cruisers right here. Where in the name of God did I put all those battleships? No, you move right there. That's where I want you to go. Heavy cruiser, seaplane tender, heavy cruiser. There's some over here getting repaired. There's some over here. That's where they all are. Naval combat. Here we go. Alright, so we're port striking down here again. We got some battle in the channel approaches again. Who do we got right here? Send them out. Gotta get involved in this. Gotta do as much damage to these bastards as we possibly can. I mean, hopefully those are our destroyers that are going down right now. I was like, hopefully those are ours. Those are our destroyers that we're losing, but destroyers are easy to replace. We lost one. Rebase. Yeah, these guys are kind of beat up. Hopefully, we should be able to find them again. What did late? Oh, you guys are just hanging out here. They seem to be able to get through the channel approaches here pretty easily. Or maybe they're going, or maybe they're not going through and they're going around. Maybe that's why we're. Wait, we found them again. Oh, they're right here. They're right damn here. Transport plane, medium bombers, interceptors. Carrier air squadrons can do the trick. Naval strike. Naval strike. Right, basically I'm going to throw every single bomber I have at them. We have the Hood coming down this way. I really want to sink a German capital ship. Looks like we're probably going to lose some more destroyers again. Which is not a big deal. I mean, we're winning, but basically nothing. We're basically not doing any damage to them. Ah, here we go. Came across our carriers that time. Naval strike. I don't know if these guys can do anything, but we're gonna try to let them. All right, so the carriers are going after them now. Wow, the nice now is actually... Oh, we sank the Emden. A little bummed the Hood didn't actually get into any combat there. Where are we going? Come on, we gotta get them again. Gotta get them again. They're coming right to us. Yep, here we go. Following them around. Getting them again. Naval bombers. Naval strike. Naval strike. Battle of the Mouth of the Thames. Ah! The Admiral Hipper went down. Nice. Right, these guys are actually getting a little beat up, so why don't we rebase them? And we're going to try to catch these fuckers one more time. And we missed them. How do we miss them? Naval strike. Well, the carriers seem really good at finding them, so maybe we should keep them out there. Come on, we need to sink a German capital ship. They're coming. Ugh. There we go, we found them. Fire. Nothing. Oh, you know what we should... No, we're doing this wrong. We're doing this wrong. You should go here. Bombing of the broken banks. Where, yeah, you guys should go there. Where's my other... Oh, there it is. You guys should stay right here. What we should do is grab these guys and go like this. Naval strike. Alright, so we're attacking up here again. Yep. Throw them in. Throw them in. We got more reinforcements coming. Glad I decided to send more units over here because it is going to be useful. Where is my carrier? Right here. You guys could be useful over here by doing... Well, let's do this. Let's grab the fleet. Do this. Move order. Move them right there so they're a little bit closer. Where did the German surface fleet go? They were moved... Oh, here we go. I was about to say we better fucking catch them. Alright, another screen's down. They lost the Hessen. We're bombing them still. They're going this way. They're going into our battleships. Hang on. You guys wait right here. But you need to head back now. Rebase. You guys can come out. Well, let's do this. CAG duty. Move you in. I'm hoping they come across my battleships over here. They did. Open fire on them. Come on, get them. Hit them. We sank the Hanover and the Köln. Köln? I think that's pronounced like an E. We can do this. Naval strike. So we didn't sink the Gneisenau, but we sank everything else. Our embassy has heard that the Admiralshire has been lost. They chose how could this happen as their choice of action. How could this happen? Alright, send everybody. Everybody is... We sank a lot of German ships, but we did not sink the Gneisenau. Which I'm a little bummed out about. Oh, we left some divisions back here. We're going to keep the corps moving up. Like this. We're going to move the army up to Tobruk. And what are we ahead on now? Armament. Alright. Good. We have some 39s still on here. Take those off for now. Just keeping a weather eye on all this stuff. All this plane stuff I feel is important. We're pretty much not going to do much with subs, but screens are very important. Cruisers are very important. We got a lot of stuff coming up on the production here. All right, so let's grab our CAGs here. Let's do this port strike. Try to sink those subs. if we can, before they retreat and escape. Now, do we still have our medium bombers getting the shit kicked out of them? Yes. What about our strategic bombers? Kind of. If we're lucky... Where's the... Oh, the CAGs got stuck. Rebase to carrier. It won't let me. Oh, rebase to carrier. Or CAG duty. There we go. There we go. Well, at least the German Navy... We didn't sink any of their capital ships. We sank a couple of the heavy cruisers slash pocket battleships. Whoa, we left someone behind. There are more ships somewhere. I guess we'll just grab these ones. I didn't realize we left someone behind there. Okay, we didn't sink any German capital ships. Other than some, I don't know, you can't really call the heavy cruisers capital ships, but we did do some damage. We did some major damage. Got some more fighters coming. Very good. It's just the constant trying to, you know, get these planes to a decent order. Well, we got superchargers coming. That'll finish pretty soon. Maybe 2 more days. It'll probably take a bunch off of a lot of people. It did basically nothing. Oh well, no big deal. Alright. How are we doing down here? We won 1 battle. We're going to take out a couple divisions here. They still got a... Looks like we sank the subs, but now there's a torpedo boat in there. I would love to sink the torpedo boat as well. And make my life easier. I'm surprised how well some... Oh, you know what? They're gone. So we can CAG duty. And then... can patrol. There we go. The convoy rating has really slowed down. Has really slowed down. And I think that it's not... I think it's actually us doing something well, rather than just running out of ships to sink. Because I'm pretty sure that is what happened before. I'm pretty sure before we just ran out of ships to sink. Here, it's this one right here. We're going to keep going on this one. We're going to try to get our air attack pretty high on the fighter bombers. Maybe at least 1 more tick. Fighter ground crew training. Yes, do that one definitely. Fighter target, we're gonna do bomber target, Nave tactics, we're gonna get that. Alright, I think we're okay there. Oh, interesting. I didn't expect that. Our carriers came across another coastal battleship and regular battleship. We sank the coastal battleship and 2 motor torpedo boats. We're finally starting to do a little bit better here, and if we want, I mean, these guys are a little spent at this point, but we can port strike here and see if we can, in Palermo, and see if we can sink that battleship in the docks. Which we did. We sank it. There's another one in there, but we're going to leave that alone because these guys need a little rest and recuperation. So we are going to send them back to Tobruk here for just a bit. They must have moved some more people in there. Supply transfer cost, very good. That's something that needs to come off, and I think that's in Nation. Supply transfer cost. Okay, good. Well, we are going to leave this episode... Ooh, before we leave this episode, first aid and combat medicine there. Sorry about that. Okay, now we're going to leave this episode right here. We've made just a little bit of progress in North Africa in that we've brought up our desert rats. We're going to call them the desert rats. We brought them up to the front here, and we are beating the Italians pretty easily. I mean, I don't think the losses up here have been very high. No, they've been pretty low, actually. Yeah. All right, we should be fine here. We've sank a bunch of more Italian ships, a handful of motor torpedo boats, handful of submarines, coastal battleship, regular battleship. Those are down. The Germans lost some screens, a couple light cruisers, and the Admiral Scheer. And we did damage we did damage the Gneisenau and the Tirpitz. And we did pretty well. I mean, our Navy got ravaged too, but I mean, we only lost like a destroyer or something like that. And I just noticed that upgrades are finally down by like 10 IC. These Spitfires, they are Spitfires. Sweet. That's so cool. I mean, it's not actually going to be Spitfires, right? No. No, it's not Spitfires. And these are still Hawker Hurricanes, yeah. Alright, everybody. If you have enjoyed this episode, just drop me a like, leave me those comments right down below. And if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.